Welcome back again, rum lovers. It's me, Jamie here of Ready Set Rum, and today my rum expert again is
Moya Lambert.
And you tell me a bit about yourself?
Well, I have worked in 4 different Caribbean distilleries in 3 different countries: Jamaica, Antigua, and Barbados. And I've also worked in a small craft distillery here in the United States in Louisiana.
Okay, so well-versed, well-rounded expert we have here today, 16 years in the industry. And today we're gonna go back to one of our stomping grounds at Appleton Estate, and we're gonna review the Appleton Reserve. Right, so Appleton now has rebranded, right, and they moved from these bottles here to these bottles, and we're gonna go through and kind of give you some tasting notes. So what can you tell me about Appleton?
Well, Appleton Estates, owned by Jerry and Nephew Limited. This is a distillery that is in the Nassau Valley in St. Elizabeth in Jamaica. It's surrounded by a lot of mountains, so it has like a microclimate happening down there. I was there, part of the company, but I only worked in Appleton for about 5 weeks, and it rained a lot. So it's very rainy, very green, very lush, very beautiful place.
Very. So I would also post some pictures there as she's going through that description, because I also visited, and it was really nice to visit there. They went through all the old cane processes. They had a donkey called Paz and all that kind of stuff that crushed the cane. Really entertaining. So whenever you have the chance, please visit the Appleton Estate tour, the Joy Spence experience. Very nice tour. So we're going to get into these rums here today, and again we are doing the Appleton Reserve 8 year. And tell me, how do you like the bottles? You know, they did a bit of a change there.
Well, from a long time we have been used to this signature bottle for Appleton. The change, however, very noticeable. I can see where they were going with the change in the bottle, being that most distilleries are moving now towards a more luxurious product, a more high-end product. So of course the bottle has been upgraded. You can see that.
So you can see on the bottle, the bottom is like, it's very thick glass on the bottom here. Now they have the wooden cork. They also have the top of a brass looking top on the top saying 8 year. You know, so there's some upgrade from the metal screw cap. Some people just love the metal screw cap, and some people love corks. It goes either way. But to me, I like both bottles, but I love cork finishes, and this cork looks super expensive. Right, so that's the appearance. Time to get into the pours. So we're gonna start pouring the older bottle first. That was a heavy pour. Oh my.
Light for me, please.
Yes, very light. All right. My hand got away from me there. That's enough?
Yes.
That's good. My hand definitely got away from me on that first pour. And let me get the new bottle now. So, to try to stay consistent, I opened up this new bottle and poured some out just to make sure that I got some air in there in a similar timeline to the older bottle. Had some family members over that drank down the old bottle, so I had to open up this one to kind of keep the aeration and everything similar. So one difference that we are sure of between the two is the percentage of alcohol.
Yeah.
So the older bottle has 40%, the newer bottle has 43%, which kind of goes more in line with the more luxury end, where the higher price alcohol usually has a higher percentage. And also it matches now the 12 year that they have the rare blend, rare cast. Right, so we're gonna start. How do you wanna start this?
We can look at the color first.
Alright, so on the color.
Okay.
Oh, my color is this one. So which one are we looking at? Do you remember which is which?
Yes, this is the first one.
Alright, so let me switch mine around, because this is mine where I poured way too much.
Yes.
Alright. So on the color, does it seem to match to you? Color seems pretty consistent.
Close, yes.
It looks pretty close. Very close. Alright. And
it's a very beautiful deep amber finish.
Yes, it is.
Indicating the eight years of aging.
Yes. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
And what about the legs? The legs are pretty slow, pretty thick. Do you think one is thicker?
Yeah, this is the first.
Alright, do it at the same time.
Yeah. The older one is giving me some thicker legs.
Yeah, I find so too. I'm getting the same approach. I have to do it twice.
Slower, moving slower.
Yes, very true.
Good indication of the age.
So the older one is moving a bit thicker, and maybe, one thing, Appleton is always minimum 8 statement, right?
Yeah.
So minimum 8 statement, 8 and 8. However, it can be 8 to 12.
Right.
You know, maybe even 15 based on just them getting the right blend to get the right taste profile. So on the newer one, maybe there's more rums closer to 8. Maybe it's just 8 to 10 on this blend, whilst the other one could have been 8 to 12, 8 to 15. So that could attest to why the legs seemed a bit thinner on the newer version, even though it has a higher alcohol percentage.
Yeah.
You know, so that kind of attests to that. So we got
just to mention something about the age statement. Appleton, like most of the other distilleries in Carrefour Group, they would follow the rum standard, the West Indies rum standard, and that would state like your minimum age to be, mentioned in
your bottling. Right. And what is Carrefour?
Oh, Carrefour. So West Indies Rum and Spirits Association represents not just CARICOM rum producers, but they say Carrefour because in there is also the Dominican Republic, who is not a part of CARICOM, but they are a part of Carrefour.
Oh, okay.
So it's,
all right. Okay. See, so we're learning some things new, some new information here from our rum expert Moya, right? So we got the color, we got the legs. What about the nose? So at first I got a sweet, nice, light fruit, and then I got a bit of the heat, and a bit more of the deeper molasses, bittery tones on the underneath.
So this is the original, I would call it the original and the new.
Right.
So the original, I'm getting here some caramel notes, some spice, some deep spice.
It's a nice, I don't know.
Like it's a black currant like richness. The oak is there. There is, yeah.
I'm getting a nice light fruit, and then I'm getting a deeper, dark, more pruny raisin fruit. Right. So there's a complexity and a layering to the fruits on this one. So you go over to the other one?
Yeah.
Alright, let's try now the new bottling. I think it's different. This
it's
nose
slightly different. This has to me, I would say a richer nose with more of those light fruit notes. The dark currant, like pruny, as you would say, in it, and the caramels, they're stronger in this than in this newer one.
Yeah, the newer one, I think I'm getting more of a orange. I'm getting that light, sweet light fruit that I got on this
citrus,
one, and I'm getting the citrus.
You still have the oakiness on this and some amount of that light fruit notes, but it's more pronounced in the older one.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so
pretty good.
It's pretty close, but because we are just focused on these two, we really are deciphering the differences.
Yeah.
So now we gotta get into the tasting.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so start off with the old.
It's almost like it's sliding over the tongue in terms of the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Excellent mouthfeel. Great finish. Slight sweetness, and you're getting that from the barrels and the age. You can tell that based on taste, there is no added sugars in this.
Yeah.
Very balanced. Yeah.
So I got the initial taste. I got some sweetness on there. Then I got some nuts, some kind of nutty flavor, and then I got that dry, slightly bitterish finish. Oaky, yes, very oaky. So that's on the old. Let's get some water.
Clear the palate.
Clear my palate. I was afraid to clear my palate because I feel like now when I clear my palate, the second try seems a bit more. I get a bit more bitterish note, a bit more oaky note when I clear my palate sometimes.
I normally like to do that in order to give the second product, you know, like a clean surface, you know, no residue from the old one. So
I try, but I'm always skeptical when I'm affecting the other liquor, especially rums that has no sugar. I feel like it tastes like I taste even less sugar when I use water. Because I did a comparison once against Angostura and Eldorado, which have sugar in there. So then it really, I felt like I messed up the review. All right, guys. So we're gonna go over to the new spirit. Tasting a bit more bitterness on this. And again, see, maybe it's just the water.
Well,
you see?
You can get a second go at it.
All
you
right.
can get a second go at it.
Yeah, I still feel like the newer one, and maybe that's a higher alcohol proof.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more.
There's more heat on it.
More heat on it, and it's alcohol heat. It's not a burn. It's just a warming on inside my mouth, on the mouthfeel. Whereas the older kind of slid down,
right?
And there was a little bit of heat. This one again, same little bit of heat, but in the mouthfeel, a bit more warmth on the palate.
Well, I may differ from you there. I like the mouthfeel of the older one. Maybe because of the 40% and it's carrying a little bit less heat than this newer one. There's more oakiness on the older one than there is on the newer one.
Right.
You don't have that second, when you take that second swallow, and you'd have that more oakiness coming back through. You don't have it with the second one as you would with the first one.
Correct. I agree.
The older one, of course, is a little bit more sweeter than this newer one is, but they're quite comparable.
Yeah, comparable. It is. I don't know. Now I'm feeling like I have to hang on to the older one more. All right, guys. So we did the tasting. What about Appleton Estate 8-year-old in general? A must buy, a must try, a must have. Again, the must try, just try it just to see if you like it. The must buy, you must get a whole bottle to enjoy the full experience of it. And then the must have, where no matter what happens, once it runs out, you need to have it.
I would say it's a must try, a must buy. And of course, I am leaning a little bit towards the must have because, of course, I'm Jamaican. So we like to make sure that in your cupboards you always have to have a bottle of Appleton, something to put right there. So
that is true. So for me, it's definitely a must-have. As you see from the back bar right now, I have Appleton everything from head to toe, and that's just, well, you know, Appleton is special in my heart. So I'm definitely gonna have Appleton products everywhere. And today, why not showcase it as I am comparing the Appleton Reserve, the old and the new. I think we both agree that the old does have a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more character. The newer one, it does have I don't know, for me it was a bit more of a warming mouthfeel. And for those who like higher alcohol spirits, definitely this has a really good mouthfeel to it. Presentation is really luxurious. So that's the Appleton Reserve 8-year. And as we usually say, cheers, and we'll continue taking you around the world, one rum or two at a time.